Y'all. I literally had to take a step back and remove myself from social media. IG and Facebook were doing things to me that I wasn't even aware of before, and they had to go. I just couldn't do it anymore. I love YouTube because it just gives off good vibes, um, just positive energy. The algorithm is only what I'm watching. So it's just positivity all around. So this is the platform that I think I'm going to stick to for a while. I don't know when I'll go back to the other ones, but this break is so necessary. I also like TikTok. I'm low-key a conspiracy theorist, so it honestly is very entertaining to me. Also has a lot of funny videos. It's not like I'm just looking at a bunch of cute, perfect pictures like IG. Or I'm not listening or reading negative comments about people that I know from my hometown, or somebody's talking about my family member was talking about somebody. It's just this whole circle of individuals that I know personally, and I just don't want to have to be consumed with that type of energy in my life right now, especially if I can control it. And actually, when I think about it, I kind of take that back about TikTok, because recently I have noticed that it has been too much as well. Uh, it's just showing you constant awareness of what's going on around you, whether it be just the worldly natural disasters, glitches in the matrix where there's like dead birds just hanging from the sky but are not flying, all the UFO sightings, just how much the government has been doing, climate change, the derailed trains leaking these toxic chemicals. And it's showing you more than what the news even showed you. But that's also a reason why I got away from the news, because it was just too much for me to handle. That's why I decided I just need to take a break and just focus on one platform, which is YouTube right now. And the priority is just protecting my peace at this point. And don't get me wrong, I like knowing what's going on around me and just being aware of just how the world is going right now. But it's like I need my moment to where I'm getting that information, and then I can just crawl back into my shell with my personal life and my surroundings, which has absolutely nothing to do with all the craziness going on in the world. And separating from social media has been one of the healthiest decisions I've made mentally. I feel like I have all this free time now to just focus on things that I actually like, and getting back into the flow and finding out what those things are, which are spending more time outside, spending more time with my children, getting back into my creative bag. I recently got back into my artwork. I'm not going to quit my job this time. But painting and drawing. And my daughter actually has been really showing an interest to this. So we've been actually getting together and doing a lot of arts and crafts and things like that together. And it's just another form of us to bond. I've even been creating my own journals. I've created a gratitude, manifestation, prayer, dream. I think there's another journal that I've created, and I also use them for myself. Also, I have done weekly planners. And then I decided, okay, since I'm getting back into my artwork and I need more sketchbooks, instead of actually buying a sketchbook from someone else, why not just create my own? So I created my own sketchbook, and it just makes me feel really good, and it just feels natural and genuine to me. Who knows what other opportunities will come up with all this extra free time that I have on my hands. This also gives me time to just be more present, to slow down. Just receive messages from God, the universe, from my spirit guides that I've been asking for guidance for. So if I didn't slow down, and if I was still distracted with social media and just the negativity that comes with that, I won't be able to get those answers, because I'm just worried about everything else versus focusing on me and the things that I'm trying to accomplish. Previously, I spoke about how I was comparing myself to other business owners and entrepreneurs on my business Instagram page, and not going on there has literally given me time to breathe. Because usually when I used to go on there, I would just feel like, oh, I need to step my game up. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with improving your business, but if that's not the stage that you're in, or also if that's if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, if you're doing it because you don't think that you're enough or that you need to keep up with everybody else, those aren't the right reasons for you to try to make improvements on your business. And that's what I was doing with IG on my business page. And also I received recently, last week, I received a random email from one of the top influencers, which is Vanessa Lau. A lot of people know her. And she was almost one of my first influencers that I invested in. I invested in one of her programs, and basically majority of my business was created around her teachings. And in her email, she's saying how she's done with everything. She's saying goodbye to everyone. She feels like everything that she's been doing has been too much. She's overwhelmed and she just doesn't want anything to do with it. So the course that I invested in, all her other ventures, like she said, she's completely done. She's downgrading. What she wants to focus on is herself and get back to her and what she actually likes and enjoys. And she wants to spend more time with family. And it's like the most simplest thing, but it just made me really emotional. One, because I felt like I'm on the right track. I feel like I was kind of hard on myself because I kind of took a step back from my business, but it just gave me confirmation that I'm doing the right thing. Because if someone like her that I actually looked up to and built a whole business around, if it's too much for her and she needs to take a step back and that money is not the answer to everything, that's huge. And she was making a $500K a month, not a year, but a month. So just imagine what she had to put up with and the things that she had to do and things she had to sacrifice in her life in order to get to that space. And how once you get all that, it's not even worth it. Then you done lost yourself. Things that you thought were important aren't even important anymore. So it just made me realize that I have taken the right steps, and it would just made me really emotional because at the end of the day, it boils down to you being yourself, doing what you enjoy, and it's not all about money. Also made me think, you think you want a certain lifestyle, but at what cost? I used to want to be rich, but now I strive more for happiness and enjoyment. And I believe that eventually I will have success from those, just because that's how the universe works for us. On a personal note, I started to realize how social media was affecting me personally, because I got into a stage where I loved to be isolated and just secluded and just have this space to myself and just didn't really want to be bothered. But if I would go onto my personal page, I would see my friends having a good time, having fun without me. And it literally made me feel some type of way, like I was missing out. And then I had to think back, like, I consciously made the right decision not to hang out with them. I am the reason why I'm not in those pictures, not because I wasn't included or whatever the case may be. I made that decision. So why do I feel upset, or am I feeling some type of way because I'm not there with them when this is something that I wanted in the first place? It interfered with my relationship. If I would see a couple goals to where they're like going on vacation, these expensive vacations, or this woman is posting a picture of her flowers that she got as a gift, and I'm sitting here like, oh, I want that too. Like, I want that in my relationship. Mind you, I just got back from a vacation that I enjoyed. I don't even like flowers. And what about that gift that I just received that I loved and that I didn't even ask for? It literally puts you in a space where you're thinking about, you forget about your real life, and you're just so consumed and worried about what you're seeing. It makes you feel like you're missing out when you have it right in front of you. Even if you don't have it right in front of you, it still makes you feel some type of way. And also came to realization, like, why am I acting like this? I'm not really missing out. Like, why am I causing unnecessary conflict in my relationship where I'm happy at, based off of things that I'm seeing? Why is it making me feel this way? And it didn't always hit me this way, but for some reason, I just think that the space that I was in mentally, it started to creep up, and it became a reality and made me just have this negative perspective to my life, which I think it's pretty much designed to do. It's designed to get you into a space where you're wanting and feeling depressed and feeling like you should change who you are and just everything that comes with social media. I just don't want any parts with it at this time. And something that was crazy to me is I didn't even want those people's lives. You figure the reality of it is you only see people's good times, who's going to post when they're going through it or going through a bad situation or in a toxic relationship. Like, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. What I think that I was craving from those situations were the happiness and the success that was being portrayed, which wasn't even real anyway. I want to be more present in my own life and appreciate what I have that's right in front of me. I notice some of the best moments of my life, or when I'm looking the cutest, I have actually nothing to show for it because our phones weren't attached to us and we were actually being in that moment. Do I wish that I had some type of memories to look back on? Yes, absolutely. However, I feel like the memory of being present and the feeling and actual experience is much more rewarding. I want to leave you with this. Appreciate the people and things in front of you and make the best of the time that you're here, but in a genuine way to where you're doing it because you want to and not because you want others to see it. The one thing that you cannot get back is time, so enjoy it. See you in the next update.